In yesterday's class, we discussed about digestion in the buccal cavity, esophagus and peristaltic movement. Many children put very good questions and we have also sent answers in PDF. Okay, and then today we'll be discussing about digestion in the stomach. Okay, and then yesterday we forgot one small topic, children. Which very often they asked question, what is deglutition? Okay, so swallowing of food is called deglutition. Swallowing of food is called deglutition. That is pushing the food into esophagus. Okay, and swallowing is a voluntary act. Once the food enters into the esophagus, it becomes involuntary. Okay, that is very oftenly asked question in board paper. What is deglutition? And then one more question is oftenly asked. That is, why can't we swallow and breathe at a time? Okay, so we have already discussed pharynx is a common passage for both food and air. Okay, so both swallowing and breathing cannot be done at a time. Either we can swallow or we can breathe. Now all of you generally swallow, children. So like this. Okay, so the tongue pushes upwards, the tongue is pressed upwards and backwards and helps in swallowing. Okay, similarly, now all of you take a deep breath. Okay, so first we swallowed and now we took a deep breath. Now we'll do both at a time. We'll see whether it is possible or not. Okay, so we can't do. Okay, so that is why we cannot swallow and breathe at a time. Either we can swallow or we can breathe. Okay, so this is one of the most important question in digestion in the buccal cavity and other things. Okay, so today's topic is digestion in stomach. Okay, so yesterday we learned about the structure and functions of the stomach. Today we learn about what happens in the stomach actually. Okay, so stomach wall is lined by mucous membrane, and this membrane consists of glands called gastric glands. Okay, and gastric glands releases gastric juice into the lumen of the stomach. Empty space present. Wherever there is empty space, like space in the esophagus, space in the small intestine, it is called as lumen, children. And gastric juice, in a day 1000 to 3000 ml of gastric juice is secreted, which consists of 0.3 to 0.4% of hydrochloric acid. Gastric juice is a clear, thick, straw color fluid. Okay, and then this gastric juice contains enzymes and hydrochloric acid. So what is present in the gastric juice? Enzymes and hydrochloric acid. Now let us learn the functions of hydrochloric acid, which is very, very important. Okay, first of all, the stomach wall is prevented by the action of hydrochloric acid with the help of mucous membrane. Stomach wall is lined by mucous membrane, which prevents the stomach wall from the action of hydrochloric acid. Okay, now let us begin the functions of hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid plays 3 important roles. Okay, and then this is also one of the most important question often asked in board exam, children. The first one is, it kills the germs and bacteria that accumulate in our food. First one. Okay, second one is, it destroys the structure of proteins so that protein is easily digested. And the third point is, it activates the enzymes present in the gastric juice. Okay, so what are the 3 important points, functions of hydrochloric acid? First one is, it destroys the germs and bacteria that accumulates in our food. Second one is, it destroys the structure of the protein so that proteins are easily digested. And third one is, it activates the enzymes present in the gastric juice. Okay, so remember, children, in a day 1000 to 3000 ml of gastric juice is secreted, and it consists of 0.3 to 0.4% of hydrochloric acid. Okay, and then now we learn the enzymes present in the gastric juice. Okay, there are 2 important enzymes present in gastric juice, that is pepsin and lipase. Okay, so pepsin and lipase, fine. And then this pepsin, when it is secreted, it is in inactive form called pepsinogen. Okay, what is it? Pepsinogen is the inactive form of pepsin. And remember, the suffix gen shows the inactive form of the enzymes. Wherever, like trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen. Okay, so wherever there is gen, it shows the inactive form of the enzyme. Fine. And then, so this pepsin, when secreted, is in the form of pepsinogen, inactive form, is activated by the action of hydrochloric acid. So pepsinogen on action with hydrochloric acid is converted into pepsin. Fine. Okay. Now this pepsin converts proteins into peptose and proteose. Okay. So proteins with the action of pepsin. Pepsin is an enzyme. Okay. A biocatalyst which converts proteins into peptones and proteose. Fine. Okay, children. Now remember, OSE is a suffix which shows a kind of sugar. Fructose, glucose, proteose, okay, sucrose, and then ASE is a suffix that shows enzyme. Okay, wherever ASE comes, remember it's a kind of enzyme. Wherever OSE comes, remember it's a kind of sugar. Okay, so proteins are converted to peptones and proteose. Now, do you think proteins are completely digested? No. The raw material for proteins are amino acid. So, we should see where the proteins are converted to amino acid. When proteins are converted to amino acid, then we must think, yeah, proteins are completely digested. Okay. So, this is only part of digestion in the stomach. Fine. Next one is fats. Next enzyme is lipase. Lipase acts on lipids. Okay, children. And lipids are also called as fats. Okay. These fats with the action of lipids are converted to fatty acids and glycerol. Okay. So fatty acids and glycerol are the simple forms of fats. Understood? So there are two enzymes present, that is pepsin and lipase. One more thing you remember, there is another enzyme present in the gastric juice and that is renin. Okay, children. So renin is an enzyme which is present in the gastric juice only in small children, only in infants, milk feeding children. Understood? This renin, when it is secreted, it is also in inactive form, that is prorenin. Okay. So here pro shows the inactive form of renin. Understood, children? This prorenin is converted to the active form renin with help of hydrochloric acid. Already we told the third important function. It activates the enzymes present in gastric juice. So pepsinogen is activated by hydrochloric acid and here prorenin is also activated by hydrochloric acid. Now this renin, prorenin is converted to renin. Understood? When secreted, renin is in inactive form, that is prorenin. With the help of hydrochloric acid, it is converted to renin. Fine, children? Yes. And this renin is very important for small children because it causes curdling of milk. Okay. We often see feeding mothers, they feed their child and hold the child like this. Okay. Then the child splits milk in the form of curd. So that shows that milk is digested. Okay. So what does renin do? Renin converts the milk protein casein. Casein is a kind of protein present in milk. Milk protein casein into para-casein. Okay. Now, this casein is a soluble form. Okay. It is a milk protein in soluble form which is converted to para-casein with the action of renin. Okay. So, renin converts the soluble form of protein, milk protein casein to para-casein, insoluble form. Actually, insoluble forms will be converted to soluble form. But here, the soluble form is converted to insoluble form so that the milk stays for longer time and is slowly digested. Understood, children? So, here we complete digestion in the stomach. Okay. So, in a day, how much of gastric juice is secreted? It is 1000 to 3000 ml. Which consists of 0.3 to 0.4% of hydrochloric acid. Remember, it is acid, children. And then the wall of the stomach is prevented by mucous membrane. Then very important is functions of hydrochloric acid. There are three important functions. It kills the bacteria, destroys the structure of protein, and it activates the enzymes present in the gastric juice. Okay. Then there are two enzymes present in gastric juice, that is pepsin and lipase. Okay. And renin is also present in gastric juice, but only in infants. Okay. So as we grow, gradually renin disappears. Understood, children? Then renin also plays very important role because it converts the soluble form casein into para-casein. Okay. So here we end up with so here digestion in stomach is completed. This is how digestion takes place in stomach, and questions will be sending through PDF. Okay children, fine. Thank you.